Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have this really fun hot foiled birthday oxide blended mini slimline card to share with you. So let's jump right in. So I'm going to do my hot foiling first. I have this really cool Spellbinders plate here. It's the new birthday candles one that just came out recently, and I'm going to use some matte gold foil. This is a brand new roll and I am so excited. Matte gold was really hard to get a hold of for a little while there, so this is the first time I'm trying it out and I love it. I'm so excited by how pretty this is. So it's a matte gold, so it's not quite as vibrant as regular gold. I shouldn't say vibrant, it's matte, so it's not as in your face, I guess, is maybe the easiest way for me to say that. And I do have the quick trimmer here. I like this with my foil. I find my scissors always make the edges jagged and then I end up having to waste some. So I kind of have the plate sitting on top so I can measure it out and kind of get an idea of how big of a piece of foil I need here. And I think this is just an easy way for me to do it. I am going to use Hammermill cardstock for all the foiling that I'm going to do on this card. There's so many videos out there with people using different types of cardstocks. So, I mean, use what you have and see if it works. Hammermill is one of my favorite cardstocks. You guys know, if you've been with my channel for a while, I love it for ink blending and coloring and so many different things. So I tend to use it, but use what cardstock you have and see how it works. I do find a heavier weight cardstock works better. So we have the hot foil machine just warming up there. Now it is hot. So I have the foil face down, pretty side down towards the plate. I have my piece of Hammermill cardstock, and then I have my Big Shot. I also have a Gemini, but this doesn't fit in the Gemini, so I of course don't use it for this. I use my Big Shot for actually the foiling part. And you'll see that this is sped up, but I go really slowly. Like I go back and forth, but I go consistently and slow. And I get a tiny bit of overfoiling, but barely. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I am going to save the negative foil from both my sentiment, which is I'm doing now. And this is the occasion sentiment set, the elegant occasion sentiment set, and I'm going to keep the negative from both of them, and I'm going to use them in a different project down the road, because if you use just a solid plate, you can actually foil the negative left over from the foiled piece. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll do a video on it down the road. And then here I'm just showing you that I'm removing my plate with my little magnet stick that comes with the Gemini hot foil system, and I just moved it off to the side to a little rubber mat that's sitting there. So now that we've got all of our hot foiling done, we're going to make our card. So for mini slimline cards, I like them to be 6 by 6 inches. That's my preferred, and then scored at the 3-inch mark. This image, the candles is actually quite big. You could probably make a 5 by 7 card with it, but I like mini slimline cards. They just entertain me, and I thought that this would be kind of a fun way to make one. And I will use this hot foil plate again. I love hot foiling, guys. I don't know why. I take a break from it from a bit, and then I come back to it, and I'm always like, why didn't I do more of this? And I don't know why. I just, you kind of get sucked into doing different things for a while, and then I'm like, oh man, I should do some hot foiling. So I'm going to trim down my candles, and right here I'm just kind of trimming off the excess of the cardstock that I have, and then you're going to see me kind of eyeball it back and forth until I actually have it to the length that I need it for the mini slimline card. It's not exact, and I didn't really measure it other than kind of eyeballing it, which you see me doing here. So I don't have exact measurements as to what I got this panel down to, but it's probably about 1/8 of an inch smaller than my 3 by 6 base. But again, if you've been with my channel for a minute, you know that I eyeball a lot of things. So I kind of end up working back and forth a bit, trying to figure out what measurement I want this to be. And if I forget to mention anything that I've used in the video, they're always linked and listed down below if you're ever interested in what I'm using. And if I miss something by chance, ask me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Sometimes it takes me a minute to respond to comments, but I always come back and respond to every comment that is left. Sometimes I just get a little bit behind, which I am at the moment. So, but bear with me. I will answer all of the questions and comments that you guys leave. I love to hear from you. So if you ever want to leave me a comment or tell me something about yourself or anything like that, please do. I'm more than happy to hear, and I want to know what you guys are making or what's going on for you. So please leave me those. And the occasion sentiments hot foil set does come with matching dies. So I'm going to run this through my Gemini now. I use my Gemini. You could use the Big Shot. You could, whatever you want to use. I just use my Gemini because it sits on my desk. I'm going to use my Gemini for this, and I'm going to cut that out 3 times. So I'm going to do the first time with the actual foiled piece, and then the next 2 times will just be leftover base cardstock that I have from when I made my 6x6 piece of cardstock. So this is going to be 3 layers thick, and quite thick because that cardstock is quite heavy. I generally use anywhere between 130 to 110 pound bases, and I believe my hammer mill is also, it's either 110 or 100 pound weight. I prefer very hefty cardstock. I don't like my things to be flimsy. That really irritates me, and I hate to send something to somebody that might fall apart. So I do tend towards a very heavy cardstock. That's just kind of my preference. But I mean, again, if you have a thinner cardstock, just use more layers. Like, this is just what I'm doing because that's the weight that I have and I use. By all means, if you have an 80 pound cardstock, which there's nothing wrong with, just make 4 layers instead of the 3 that I'm doing, or whatever you want to do. Add foam, that works too. So then I'm going to do some Distress Oxide ink blending on the background, and this is one thing that I love about this. It blends beautifully over foil. Like, you have no issues here. So I'm going to blend right over top of it, not even consider worrying about my foiling going anywhere. And I have picked raspberry going into carved pumpkin, going into squeezed lemonade. Now, again, you could make this any blend you want. This just felt very summery to me, and so I kind of thought that these would be fun colors, but you could literally have done this any color you wanted to, and it would have looked stunning. It's just kind of a fun play on some bright colors. And you guys know, if you've been with me for a hot minute, that I love my vibrant colors. So these are 3 of my favorite, but as I said, you could literally use any color here and they would still look stunning. So hopefully you guys are excited. July is coming, or, well, I mean, it's like tomorrow now, but July is about to start. And if you guys know my channel, I do Christmas in July. So I will have a bunch of really fun Christmas cards coming your way very, very soon. There will have to be a few other things mixed in. I can't only do summer or Christmas cards this year because I do have some commitments from some hops and some stuff I said that I would work on with. So I can't have only Christmas cards, but the majority of July will be Christmas cards. Every Monday will be a Christmas card for sure, and then on Thursdays they might be a few other things I need to kind of add in there, like I need to do my June card kit from Simon. So those, of course, won't be Christmas cards. But yeah, so I'm very, very excited. I love making Christmas cards in July. It's always just kind of so fun to get out my Christmas supplies and play with them a little bit. So I just thought that would be kind of fun as a reminder for you guys. And of course, supervisor number 2 needed to show up and check out my card and just generally put her tail in the way. But you saw me just buff the panel off there with a microfiber cloth. This was just to remove any blending ink that was still sitting on top of the foil. Not a big deal. You don't need to do this. I just like to do it so that it doesn't transfer onto my fingers, and then I put it places I don't really want it. But a lot of ink doesn't end up sitting there anyway, so it's okay. And then I am going to adhere this down to my mini slimline base with my Nuvo Deluxe glue. Same glue I used to adhere my layers for the sentiment. And then I brought in some Pink Fresh matte gold pearls, and I've been waiting for an excuse to use these. I mean, they're not really necessary on this card, but, you know, why not? So I brought those in and put them across the card. And then, of course, because I couldn't leave it alone, I did have to add some Spectrum Noir glitter pen. Now, keep in mind that these inks are water reactive, and this pen has some liquid in it. So if you're not really careful, you will kind of move the pigment around. So you'll see me kind of wipe the brush off on my mat a couple of times. That's just because I've gotten some orange in the brush, or whatever color I happen to be working on. I've gotten a little color transfer, so I just kind of wipe the color off and then I'm good to go again. It's not a huge amount of color transfer because I'm not really rubbing it. I'm kind of just placing some glitter and then I move right away. So this will also create a little bit of a lighter effect in the candles. So it kind of makes them stand out as well because the color underneath the pigment is reacting to the little bit of liquid that I've put on top. So I think this is kind of just a neat way to get some glitter and some differentiation from the candles in the background and the color in the background. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I had to add a little bit of extra glitter, and of course nothing's ever glittery enough for me. So I had to add a little more. So that is the card I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's kind of a super fun summer birthday card that just has a lot of fun with hot foiling. I love it. I think it turned out really cool. So, and I did use the little bottom pieces inside the base base of the card as well. So that's the card I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. And of course, Christmas in July is coming. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.